Mark in the count. The swing arm now coming back as our countdown continues.
Good afternoon, everybody out in YouTube. Great to see you all here today. We'll say hello to everybody who's here live, but I'm here today with my buddy Jason Bienvenue of Spero Toys. What's going on, Jason?
How we doing? Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to everybody. If that's a thing you celebrate, it's a beautiful day, at least out here. How's it over for you?
You know what? It's really, really nice. It's the weather's still kind of feels like spring, you know, and that tropical environment hasn't quite kicked back in yet, which I think all my fellow Louisiana Southerners are a little bit grateful for. We had a little bit of a reprieve for that summer heat that's going to be blasting us for the next 6 months.
Soon enough, and that humidity geek. Before we get into all the nerdy stuff, what'd you do? Did you do family stuff? Did you do Easter egg hunting? What's going on?
Yeah, well, all the kiddos are too old for the Easter egg hunt stuff, but we went eat at a little restaurant, and then we kind of did the family thing after that. So what about you guys?
Beautiful. So I got a sick kid who
oh no.
I told you yesterday, like, oh, we're not going to go see that new Godzilla movie because kid's sick. But then I, being the loving father that I am, sort of cajoled him. Like, no, you can do it. We're just going to drive
you a couple minutes. Out.
Yeah, you're just going to sit there.
Just sitting around anyway.
So we went to the movie theater. Don't worry, folks. It's not like, big contagion type thing. Right. Just has a cold. We went to go see
sinus allergies.
Yeah, we spent time with some other different types of animal warriors, of animal kaiju.
It was a good movie, dude.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, we watched it last night. We watched it. I don't know what time it was. It was at night, but I really enjoyed it. I want to say, I don't know if I enjoyed it more than Ghostbusters, but I would definitely say it's tied.
Yeah.
I think I probably enjoyed it more than Ghostbusters. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I enjoyed it more than Ghostbusters.
Take a stand, man.
But I really like all the actors from the Ghostbusters. I think because I had I tend to have zero expectation for all the MonsterVerse movies, where I'm just kind of like, cut the dialogue and let's get to the monster fighting a little bit more here. Let's cut out the talking, So
on that note, let me just share with folks, and if you're like reading reviews or whatever, just remember, like, I don't know about you, but growing up when I was watching Godzilla movies, it wasn't about the humans. It was exactly what you said. Cut the dialogue, give me the monsters. So I will just say that I was pleasantly surprised. It literally no dialogue, not spoilers, but just a sense for folks. No dialogue, lots of kaiju action.
Minimal.
That's beautiful.
It was really good. I feel like they've had so much like exposition of like setting up what everything is and what the MonsterVerse is, that they were just kind of like, here's the cliff notes in case you didn't watch the last 3 movies, and then you were good. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it was
100%.
It was really good. I enjoyed the. It was cool to see like Kong and the smaller 50-foot tall monkey didn't talk, but like the way they would interact, you could tell exactly what was going on, what they were trying to say. So that was really cool.
Totally. Like that's what. I don't know if you were. I know you're a comic book guy. Do you ever check out an old comic called Gon? G-O-N. It was about a little sort of Japanese. It's manga. A little dinosaur. 100% silent. 100% silent. Just this baby dinosaur who like has a lot of attitude and beats a lot of other monsters up. Just going around, and you fully can follow the story. Anyway,
that's cool.
I loved it.
Cool.
A couple minutes in. Yeah, a couple minutes in, I looked over at my sick kid, the youngest, and I went like, and he goes. So I was like, all right, good. We're good. Anyways, that's what we did. So today, little guy is not feeling well, so he's resting. And big guy, normally they do a Sunday thing and play Dungeons and Dragons. So only
fun.
the paladin got to go. The rogue had to stay.
Yeah.
Anyway, real quick, represent. All right. That said, friend, I have you here today, hostage. We'll definitely talk about Animal Voices of the Kingdom.
Willing participant.
Good. Just wink like twice if you need help. But we're gonna talk some nerdy stuff. We'll definitely talk a little bit about the AWOK stuff in the beginning, kind of this Gather the Tribe tour that we've been doing, remind people about that.
Right.
Talk a bunch of nerdy stuff from all over the Geekverse, and then come back and maybe if folks have more questions about AWOK.
Sure.
I don't know what we'll talk about. You'll probably just start talking about some random things that you shouldn't right now, but yeah, go for it.
Hey, Adam's not here to stop us, so
yeah, exactly. Let's reveal it all. Let's first say hello to the people in the chat. What's going on? Ray Paz has been like pretty much on every single one of these AWOK streams that we've been doing, man. So he's a huge fan of AWOK and super big supporter. Tells folks. So yeah, what's up, Ray? Good to see you. So Rick Jones, same there. What's going on, man? Hope everything's beautiful in the South Bay. This dude, we all ready to unlock Mamba?
Yeah.
We got Thanos Copter.
I mean, how cool would it be to unlock it like early? I mean, we talked about in the other, other streams, me anticipating unlocking it, the last day. But you never know what can happen on these Kickstarters. They can be unpredictable. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, you don't get billed until the 17th. So you can put in what you want now and just kind of watch the madness unfold, so to speak.
100%. We've got Thanos here, who's going to be helping. Thank you again, Thanos. But also, he'll be helping with the links, and we'll talk about that in a second. But
cool.
He's in for an all epic all in. I want to say maybe not.
So
and this is the same guy who said he wasn't going to back any Kickstarters this year at one point.
You know what? I swore off of Star Wars Black Series until they gave me my my indoor trooper, and I think conservatively, I think I bought like 10 figures between the time that I said I wasn't buying anymore and the time that I actually finally got the indoor figure. So I know what that's like,
Yeah.
You try to quit it and you're like, it's too good. I presented something. This project's like just way too cool, and it wasn't on my radar. And here we are enjoying ourselves, getting awesome toys again.
100%.
Nothing wrong with that, right?
Plastic Pusher you. We've got Joe Gonzalez in the house. What's going on, Joe? Great to see you. Who else? We've got Stygian 360. Oh, yes, we do need pie. Always pie, preferably blueberry. I'm down with that. I had some Marionberry yesterday, but moving on. Game Quest, happy Easter weekend to everyone. Berserk 69. If you subtract about 68, he'd be first. What's going on? We've got a Punk with Toys who you're gonna be hanging out with. We're gonna be hanging out with this Thursday, and we'll get to that in a little bit. We have got Brian Brink, the master of the charts. That totally hear Jake Gladfelter in my brain.
That's so cool, man. Those are cool. Love those infographics.
Yes. Good to know.
Does that count as an infographic? I don't know. I guess it would, right?
Yeah,
maybe
essentially. Not. I mean, it's a chart. It's visual.
Yeah, it's a chart. It's a chart.
I have my students do infographics all the time, and I show those as examples, charts as examples.
Nice.
But yeah. We got Brian. Thank you for the update, man. Good to hear that the dead pig turned out well. Let's see.
Someone had a boucherie or something, or what? We call it boucherie, but
on Adam's chat earlier, Brian Brink reported that the ham was going in, and now he's reporting that the ham came out.
Dang it! I almost had ribs today, and I chose some beef, and I don't know if I made the right choice. I got to tell you,
Let's see.
Well, what are you gonna do, right?
Look at that. Look at that. That thumbnail there. Endless Fable with a Cordoon thumbnail. I've
Hey!
been loving seeing it. Endless Fables, man, has been doing awesome photos, some customs. Part of the tribe for sure. We got this guy who's like needs to be
Yes.
told about the comic. Doesn't he's still unaware that there's a comic. What's up, man?
Oh man, we need to show him what's up.
Real quick, let me write down. Hold on, I got to take my notes and make sure that I got this covered. I got you, Mythic Dolphin. Okay, got it. Just put a breakdown of Epic All-In Savings and Epic. Thank you very much. If you don't know Mythic Dolphin,
cool.
Tiffany, super helpful.
What's up, Tiffany? Yes,
And
thank you so much. You've done an amazing job throughout the whole campaign, and in our other campaigns as well. It's been, you know, we're I think we're a little spoiled now.
Hardcore fan, fan number 0, I would say. But Tiffany, heads up. Real talk. I just want to let you know, and these guys can attest. I've screenshotted your comments from live chats because I'm like, I want to make sure that we somehow address those things. So we're on it, and
awesome.
Keep it coming. Gabriel Pinto, what's going on, man? Or just wanted to say, what's up? New pledge, congrats. Awesome, man. Thank you
so
for being
much
here, and thank you for supporting. Carol, guys, how you doing? Hey, guys. Oops, sorry if I outed your last name, but what's up? Good to see you. Van Johnson, Jason is the man. Let's purple out all those figs. Purple everywhere.
What's up, man? Yeah, they led me into the purple gang. I was like, oh, y'all messed up. I don't know what you don't know what you meant. You don't know what you just did.
Let's see. Yeah, see, he's in. I wasn't kidding. That's for real. We got Cobweb. What's going on, man? Great to see you, Cobb. Hope you're enjoying your weekend, getting a good break. I know you've been working hard. See, here you go. Got the notes. I'm going to note them down. I'm putting here on the screen so I can freeze it later. I love it. Gotcha. Will do. Let's see. AWOK insects, please already. We're talking. Great. We'll come back to these. I'm gonna star these. I need a giant praying mantis warrior, man. They're coming in quick. Let's see. And heads up. Oh, good. These aren't notes. These are just your day. My other half made rib roast, beautiful, asparagus and roasted potatoes for a family and 8-year-old daughter.
Oh my God,
wonderful.
That sounds amazing.
Sounds like
I'm still stuffed from lunch, but like I'm a fat pig, right? Apparently, so I could just keep horking it down.
I was inspired by the Toy Migos this Thursday, and I did a crazy trade. I ate everything. This is my cheat weekend, man. I had a chicken tikka masala burrito on Friday night. I told you guys I was going to ramen. We ended up switching it up. And then Saturday last night, we ended up getting ramen. And man, I'm eating all sorts of junk, and I'm happy.
Dude, you know what?
1-6 shooter.
I can't ever pass up Mexican food. Like if it's like, since we're so close to Mexico, it's like if there's not Cajun food as an option, it's like Cajun, Mexican, or and I say Mexican, but I really mean like Tex-Mex, because we're so close to Texas as well.
Yep.
I mean, I love traditional Mexican food as well, but I'll go for that Tex-Mex, and then after, so Cajun food, Mexican, and then like American. Well, I say American, but like pizza. You know what I mean? Like those are like that really
Italian
good
American
food. You know?
Food. 100%.
I almost said American, but I was like, wait, Italian is. I mean, pizza's Italian, so I was like, wait, hold on a second.
But it's definitely the variety here is very much a U.S. creation or transformation.
We've made it our own, right?
You know, on that note, like I will say, so I grew up in L.A. And I Mexican food was like a staple, but
definitely.
You know, been on the road, whether it's touring or whatever, and just driving around whenever I'm like close to the border, just kind of love to. That was a quick go-to. It was like, hey, let's check out this Mexican spot. And I love kind of tracking the flavors and the types of veggies used.
It's fun, right? Like
different.
It's almost like a dialect. Like the dialect changes as you go like a certain 100%. Direction. My mom and dad lived in San Diego for years, so they would during the weekend they would either go to LA or but most of the time they'd go to Tijuana because it was like so close, you know. But we had relatives in LA, so it was like they would go visit my great aunt, or they would go to Tijuana. Tijuana was just way easier, you know. So,
did you ever have carne asada fries in San Diego? All sorts of different spots competing with one another.
I've only been to Los Angeles in California. I mean, like only
in San Diego. Sorry, in San Diego.
I've never been to San Diego. Like I would
Oh,
really,
just
really
your
love
folks.
to go. Yeah, just my parents. Like they lived there like 13 years before I was born. So yeah,
Gotcha.
I missed out on all that.
Hell yeah. Real quick. Absolutely. Yeah. Indian burrito stuff with Indian food. Beautiful. Okay. Back to photographer extraordinaire. AWOK week is still going strong. What's up, Trevor from 1/6 Shooter?
What's up,
I
Trevor?
love
We
that
doing
you
Legion's
all work
Lounge
with
or
him.
what?
Yeah. We've got again Purple Gang in the house. You are the best according to the PGG. Can he get that prototype iguana sent their way? Hurry up, get that in the mail.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do an
we need a
iguana,
little
right?
longer. We need a little longer, maybe.
Just a little bit.
Wait, did I acknowledge that exists? Oh wait. All right, moving on. Moonshine Mel, what's going on?
Adam's not here.
Thank you for summoning in. Allison Troy is here, and Allison Troy would love to let people know that Tex-Mex in Southwest Louisiana is pretty rad.
So good. We've got
Frankie
a
Rivera.
bunch of them.
Let's go. What's up, everyone? See, there you go. Here we go. So he's encouraging it. What about a PGG inspired gecko in a future wave?
What does PGG mean? I don't know what
that's a Purple Gang. Which
you
referred to. Yeah, remember the other night you referred to them as the Purple Gang Bang. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, that was
live
an
on stream.
That was a Freudian
I'm
slip.
repeating it here. Yeah, I just
we're
I want that
copyrighted.
To be
We're copywriting it.
All right.
They have to ask for permission to use it.
Okay.
I mean, not Larange. What's his name? Gresh has a bunch of purple on him.
He does.
He's a bit of a purpley fella.
All right, let's go ahead and get into this whole show business. So this is the Brick Something News. News isn't truly news. Some of it is, some of it is not. So the actual title is Needless, Ephemera, We Saw. My people are all about those acronyms that are wild. It's just a bunch of random junk that I want to talk with friends about. And some of it is definitely news and up to the minute. Some of it was literally from yesterday. Some of it is not. So how we run things at the bottom, you'll see a URL sliding past Jason over there, and it's right there under my finger, bit.ly/brick-something-news with a capital B, capital S, and a capital news. And there's a QR code way over there if you want to use that. The links will be updated shortly after the stream, after my oldest son and I go for a walk, because I miss that guy. All right. So we will go ahead and start in with oops, hey, look, I just covered your face. We're going to go ahead and start in with the scene. What did we actually see? And first off, I know this is a little bit self-serving, but hey, it's my show. Let's talk about this business. So we have been organizing what Trevor referred to as sort of this constant AWOK across ToyTube where possible. Animal Warriors of the Kingdom gather the tribe, sort of like little promo tour of you, some combination of you and either myself or Adam or all three of us.
Right.
I've been jumping around different streams. And this was week 1. And so of week 1, we're done. This is the last one. And you know what? Let me get that out of the way. We did it. So week 1 started with Wednesday night. We hung out with Mega J Retro. And talked all about, like, he kind of called it the creator chat. Yeah, absolutely. Because if folks don't know, Mega J's a homie, but he's also part of the Mad Hatter Toys crew that just is finishing up.
Butt, man.
Yep, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But just it was cool to have him fresh off his first Kickstarter experience, and new as a contributor to a brand new toy. And you talking too. So that was really cool. If you missed it, go check that out over on Mega J's channel. The links will be in the chat. Let me just double check. We'll go. Thanos, you're the best. Yep. And then we've got Toy Daddies that same night. I continue to hang out with Mega J while you split and did double duty over there. You and Adam. Over on the Toy Pick community.
Everything, it was all fun. It was all great.
Yeah, man.
We had a good time.
Yeah, those guys are great. No Chewing Toy Father. That was fantastic. Then you've got Thursday night. We hung out with Kevin and DK over on Toying Around. that was super fun. Huge fan of what they do, and just really cool to
Yes,
finally be able
definitely.
to be on there. And we talked about AWOK and open some toys. And then yesterday, also very cool, we got to do a sort of specially not normally scheduled stream over on Dorklair. And I really
Right. Yep.
appreciate him making that
That was
happen.
awesome.
And then today we're stuck here. So that was
This
week
is the fun
1.
zone.
Yeah, something like that. And then, oops, week 2. That's not right. Let me go over to week 2 because I actually took the time to put it together before. Here we go. Week 2.
Sure we did.
Well, I did. Week
Yeah,
2.
I had nothing to do with it.
This Wednesday, and so this is good, Jason. So to make sure you're there, this Wednesday we're going to be over on Between Two Sentinels on the Match Your Toy channel, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Then Thursday we'll be with Lawrence, who's in the chat, A Punk with Toys at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Then we Friday night. Actually, I think this is intentionally going to be just you and Wade of Unparalleled Universe. I don't know the time yet, TBD. But yeah, he just successfully kicked off his first toy, and he's sort of in production
Dude, it
with
looks
his Odious
great.
toy.
The soft
Yep.
goods and everything looks fantastic. I'm so excited. I'm proud of him. That was a super ambitious thing right out the gate.
I want to see Pale and Odious hanging out, man.
Dude,
2 furry dudes just chilling.
I mean, come on now. How cool would that be?
And then again, and then on Sunday, you're coming back. So you, Derek, and Adam were already on Geek Dad Life. We're just going to kind of do a quick update for their audience on where we're at. There's going to be plenty happening that day already. Excited, yeah. But we'll be there for like a short sort of segment just to kind of give updates on this thing. So good.
Do a little. We'll be doing a what's it called? A little victory lap. Going into the last.
Okay, let's throw it out there. Take your shot. What do you think's gonna? Let's just do it. What do you think's gonna be unlocked by next Sunday?
I think we'll have all the birds unlocked by next Sunday, and I think we'll be really hyping and pushing to unlock that big old chunky tater tot General Mamba. We want to unlock it sooner than later. So that way we can just kind of sit back and talk about the future and be like, man, I can't believe we unlocked that thing. That's crazy, So
beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
I love the prediction. We'll see what happens next week, but let's go ahead and put some of the, I actually lied. Let's not put away the AWOK stuff. So I just want to let you know, all of that. Again, the links will be there. This was us on Mega J. This was you guys over on Toy Pick Community on Toy Daddies. This is us on Toying Around. This was you with the Collector Express folks. Oh my God, I feel like I didn't just say them. If I skipped you all, sorry. That was great. Great to see you guys have a conversation. And man, I was just FYI, I was studying these guys' backgrounds. I don't know if you got distracted, but while you guys were talking, I just kept looking at all the toy goodness behind him. This dude had a Shogun Warriors Raideen.
Yeah, man, they got epic collection, dude.
Then these guys yesterday, and then that's us now, and that's weird. But anyway,
we're in living color. It's funny. I promise y'all, I have a good toy collection. It's just with the internet, like we had the pretty cool setup, where you could see some of my collection when we did it with the Geek Dad Live show. Yep. But I found that the internet just is way better downstairs, so they'll get to look at my antique 100-plus-year-old mirror in the background. Hope that's okay.
100+ has that been in the family for a while?
It has, yeah. It was my
beautiful
mirror on my mom's side, and so
100+.
It's old. It's definitely old.
24. Okay, cool. I'm just trying to think what if anything my family has from 100+ years ago. But that's awesome, man. Cool. Just checking in with folks before we move on. What's up, Red 5? Speaking Moistly's in the house. Great to see you.
Stay on the leader.
John was here as well. I showed him earlier, but just want to say hello to you, sir. And Wholesome Warlock. Great to see you. All right. Let's go ahead and move on into some other stuff. Let's get away from this AWOK stuff. Let's talk Flipor. So you
Flip
mentioned,
Or.
yep,
Man, they've
were
done so good.
absolutely. Let's actually quickly. Well, I'll get to that before we get to the actual Kickstarter. I want to shout this out because, man, they're really what I really, really appreciate the way their brains are working on this thing. Clearly, they're channeling that like vintage Motu goodness.
Right. Yes.
But they're, you know, kind of creating this world that started off as this awesome sort of joke based on our
Right.
shared
Yeah.
collective trauma from the Wondar Origins experience. And this is great. Like, so this is their packaging, really channeling that vibe, right? Instead of
dude,
flying
it looks
bricks.
great, man. It looks so
Yeah.
good.
Instead of flying bricks, you got, you know, cash flying out
Yeah,
at you.
that's hilarious. So funny.
You've got Flipor and the
Oh,
champions of Neferity. Love it. He's the satirical lord of flipping. You've got a picture of a mini comic back there. So, you know, here they are.
I missed the thing about the mini comic. That's really cool. Like, is it really going to be a mini comic? I missed that.
I'll have to take a look because I don't remember what they're doing. There is, I think, a digital comic. I don't know if they're going to print it up and put it into, but we'll see. We'll check it out in a second. But love these illustrations. You see all the sort of like, what do you call them? What do you call these things? When they have the figures on the back. Oh, someone's going to tell me. Come on, folks.
Is it the a cross cell?
Cross
No,
cell.
what is it
Cross
called?
cell. Yeah, that's right.
It is a cross cell, right?
It's a cross cell.
I thought I made up a word, but it was real.
You got the cross sell for all of this stuff. I love it. Great stuff going on with it. So just respect to like them and the team and doing the whole packaging thing. And so then I think, wait, let me shout out the artist. That was Mega J on the front, handling the design in the front, and then Fergie21. Cool. I just want to make sure Matt Ferguson. I want to, you know, give him some screen time and I'm gonna follow. Come on, man.
There you go.
Why am I not following Joe, Matt Bush, and sorry, I'm handling business, guys. So here we go. Then we've got the campaign itself, right? And Hatter sort of doing his thing. And they are at 185,438 with 15 hours to go. They zoom past their 100.
That is freaking awesome. Congratulations, guys. That's so cool. Y'all should be very proud of yourselves. That's awesome. I'm blown away. That's really, really impressive.
Yep. And
I'm sure they're in the
look at this number too. That's a good number of backers, right? This brand new figure. That's awesome. And if you know, they're offering
fantastic.
Yeah, the dollar amounts they're not huge dollar amounts. So like that's a lot of money that they did a great job of getting people to back. So 15 more hours to go if you haven't done it yet. But in addition to what I sort of showed with the packaging, this week they dropped this awesome long lost unaired 1980s commercial for Flipor. That is just
oh man, that's cool.
Classic.
I love that.
So check out the campaign, even just to check out the writing on this thing, just the blurbs and everything, the bios, the lore, as well as this commercial. Hatter's a writer by trade, so it definitely comes out and hilarious stuff. Congratulations to them. I hope it goes even further. You know, them and Renders Effects and the entire team.
Oh, it definitely will. The last couple of hours, it'll really ramp up.
Yeah. So that's awesome. And I don't know, man. I can't imagine what that's like. You can, because you were there that sort of first time around.
It's very surreal. It's very surreal and humbling. You're just like, holy cow, did that just happen? That's crazy.
Yep. And clearly there's like a strong following of folks who are really into it, right? So speaking Moistly's into it, congratulating him 100%. And yeah, see, this is why we needed Adam. He gives us the information.
That's right.
Just, you know. Yep. So congrats to them. Good stuff. Again, check it out. Even just for entertainment value, there really is a lot of great things in there. Let's move on. Okay. Got this kind of little thing going on here where I want to look at some other Kickstarters or things that are gonna be coming to Kickstarter very soon. This is one of them. This is one of those things that I've covered here several times. And I just kind of wanted to see what your take was. I don't know if you're at all, do these look familiar? Are these things that have come on your radar? No shame if not. I know you're a busy man. Just wanted to share and talk with a friend. Brutal Realm.
So I'm on the fence with this. I'm on the fence with it because I really like it.
So you've seen it before.
It started off where it was like, I have seen it before. I've actually been following it since around the time that PowerCon came out.
Nice.
I think a lot of people who aren't artists really are just have no apprehension as far as like AI artwork is concerned. I was a little standoffish on it because at the beginning it was like just full 100% AI. And, you know, I understand it using it as a prompt, but, you know, you have to like, he needs to be human artist involved. And it looks like they've done that. Everything looks like they've kind of purged out all the AI stuff. And man, I think they look freaking cool. I'm excited about getting several of them.
Yep. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You're talking about this stuff, right?
It's actually further down. Yeah, that stuff like that. Yeah. It's cool. It's very interesting and cool. But you know, at the end of the day, it's very important for me as a creator to have that human touch. And you know, the AI thing can be a little squirrely and a little dangerous because the AI is essentially, you know, referencing art styles in paintings and pieces of actual art in order to create these. And, you know, if we don't keep that as a tool, as opposed to like the main source and engine of creating stuff, you know, after several iterations, you know, 25 years from now, if AI is doing all the heavy lifting, it's going to essentially be copying and pulling sources from other AI artwork. And then you get to the point where you start to get this weird amalgamation of mess, and then you're in trouble, you know. So I'm really, really pleased to see that they started factoring other artists or real, you know, human beings. Is very, very important.
So I'm not totally sure what because a lot of these are actual art. So I don't know if at some point maybe they were.
This looks like it's real art. Like I think it was early on, like
really
it's
early
probably
on.
like they might have taken it out, you know?
Yeah. Maybe it was just to sort of like give people a sense of what this thing was. I hear what you're saying. But as far as I remember, it was like a lot of this old Frazetta work, some Ken Kelly stuff, San Julian.
Yeah.
And it was really kind of
man,
just
that
like
looks so cool.
Yeah, I think of it like an inspiration board, right? And
and I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Like a writer's prompt. I think I have no issue with that. Do it as like a writer's prompt. Like, look at those. Those look great. Like, I mean, come on. Those look really, really cool. I'm excited about those. And
this is what caught my eye.
Yeah. Like this right here, like this is when I was like, okay, this is looking good. Like I'm liking where this is going. And then like all the character designs are really compelling and fun looking. And then seeing like the grayscale models that they were doing, I was like, man, this looks good, dude. Scroll up to some of the like painted. So what's interesting to me that N.E.W.S looks very kind of, I haven't seen like knee articulation like that before. So I think it looks, I'm on the fence. Like it's aesthetically interesting looking. It's not bad. It's just something that's new. And that's all. I'm just kind of pointing out that it's a new looking design, and I'm interested to see how it functions. Like it looks like the top of the quads are like touching the calf. I have a feeling that's going to be adjusted at the factory, because you don't want those two parts rubbing together, especially when over a period of playtime, those two parts are going to start distorting. But again, this is very early stuff, and it's normal to you want to send 90% ready to the factory. So that's just me as like a creator and someone who's gone through the process. Like that kind of like stood out to me. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I think it's interesting. It looks cool, and it looks sturdy too. So we'll see how it all goes.
You ever mess with Storm Collectibles at all? Because that's
I
what
haven't.
this sort of
I have not. They look really good. Is this similar to that?
Yeah, that's what it reminds me
Okay.
of. So
Okay.
like I have
Cool.
this
Well,
Luke
good.
Kang,
Yeah,
and
that looks really good.
it's
That looks
if
really
not
good.
for research purposes, which is what I tell myself, you might want to check it out for real. Like, well, you can't see the knees here, but anyway, that said, I that's why I wanted to ask you. Like, I love sort of hearing people who are in the trenches making this stuff. Yeah, you're probably looking
I
at
mean, that's a
toys all
cool looking
day.
figure. Like I want that figure. I want to
100%.
play with it. You know,
Yep.
I'm definitely going to back the Kickstarter. I'm excited about it. Oh, that engineering in the back's really cool. I was
Yep.
curious. I was trying to figure out how they were going to do that. I'm wondering what's going on the inner part of the joints, that double knee joint. I'm trying to figure out, you know, what I don't know. I don't get it, but it looks cool.
Yeah, totally.
You know,
It's
it's
different.
interesting to see that type of stuff.
I have an orc that's
Interesting.
the same, but he's got soft goods on, so I can't really show you that right off
Yeah.
the bat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a double knee. Very much reminds me of Storm Collectibles. And you can kind of see the
Oh,
whole
I know
thing.
what it's doing. Okay, I understand it now. I understand
Yep.
what it. I was trying to
Connected
figure out
here.
like where that
This is
gap
the
was.
top,
So
that's
that
the
gap
bottom.
is holding that the knee part. Okay, that's cool, man. That's
Yeah,
an innovative
double
design.
joint
I
here,
like it.
right? Double
I
joint
like it.
here, connected
Yeah.
this one for
Well,
the thigh and this one for the
yeah,
calf.
yeah. So where that little gap is that you're showing on the arrow, there's a
Mhm.
gap right there because the
Right.
reverse is the kneecap. So that's cool, man.
Exactly.
I like that. Very cool. Very cool.
So
Yeah.
that's my thing, man. That's what I love about these, one, all the different companies, but a lot of folks like yourself and all the indies, right? Just have a different approach. Like I love my Four Horsemen
Right.
stuff. Very unique
Yeah.
in its construction and
Yeah.
the concept of how do you play with it. AWOK, same thing,
Dude,
right?
I just got my
So
first Four Horsemen horse. I've been wanting the Pax's. I wanted Pax's
really,
horse, and I missed it at ZuluCon. So we were both at Toylanta the past weekend, and I was able to pick him up. I finally unpacked everything. Man, he's so good. And like I opened it, and I was like, oh no, this
Yep.
is too good. Now I'm gonna have to start buying their horses. And they had a black horse over there that like I was on the fence. I was like, I want the black horse a lot too, but I need the Pax's horse. So I got the Pax's horse this time, and then the black horse is my next pickup. And I knew I've been putting off getting them because I knew once I got it, that was it, you know. So here we are.
Yep, 100%. Brian's saying that Mafex also has very similar knees. Great way to sort of look at, again, for research, for science, Jason. You have to go spend
like no joke.
money.
Like I will write off every action figure I get because it's legitimate research.
Absolutely.
Like, you know,
yep.
You know, it's like you get it and you're like, oh, I want to know what kind of plastic this is. So, you know, you buy it, you play with it, you send it off to the factory, and you're like, what? We want to use plastic similar to this, you know, this sword. I like the way the flexibility is for this weapon and everything. So, you know, it's a great thing because I obviously love toys. And it's a good, legitimate write-off. It's not just like, oh, I bought a boat for the toy company type of thing. You know?
No.
So, man, look at that. That looks great, dude.
I'm all about these, man. I'm loving them, and I can't wait to sort of see.
They look really, really good. Look at that. That's interesting. That's
where that joint is.
Don't even pay attention to that. Don't pay attention to that. That's not. Don't even look at it. I mean, it's just doesn't make any sense. So just ignore it. I can tell you right now, just looking at it. Yeah. That was probably something like that was probably like a drain hole for the resin to come out, and then they used it also to plug the arms into. Yeah.
Well, you see, there's going to be a butterfly as well, so there's definitely something.
That's where the butterfly joint goes in. Okay, I see now. So yeah, the butterfly joint will go into there.
Yep.
You might not be able to see it in that image, but there should be, you know, another joint in the top part. It's just probably just couldn't see it.
It was there. It was just here.
Don't forget, my eyes are still a little fuzzy.
I know.
Oh, I love that shield.
I know, right? Here, we're just homies talking. It's cool. Don't hold anything against him or us. So you can see it up there a little bit. There's a cavity up to sort of the other pin, right? To hold it in the butterfly.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the butterfly. I'm so happy that you have it, man. On AWOK.
It's gonna be, but I'll tell you right now, that's gonna be adjusted more. That will be adjusted more. I'll tell you right now.
The butterflies,
you know, that's That's just us
these
talking
guys.
shop, like production
yeah.
wise stuff, you know.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah,
I
that,
just wanted to
I
get
mean,
your take.
there's a missing area. Yeah.
Hey, look at this.
Yeah.
Sweet.
No, it looks great. I'm excited about it.
All right.
And
Let's go
like I
check it.
like the that's one thing, like you know, growing up in the South, like we're like equal black and white, and you know, now we've got like Hispanic coming in. So like in my toys, I
Sure,
want
the
the
diversity of the line.
representation that we've got around us, you know.
100%.
So like I tried to I don't know how many I bought like several of the Killmonger figure that was like in the like military duds, you know.
Yep.
And he came with the head pack in, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna shave this head down so I can have like one black indoor trooper for my army builders. And like I shaved it way too much. It didn't fit, and I was like, oh no, I want to cut up another one and try to get it to fit under this helmet, you know. Like I watched a tutorial and I was like, oh, that's easy. But like, I think I was doing it when like my eye, like when I couldn't do anything really. And I was trying to like customize at the house and like everything was super blurry. So I'll try it again. But yeah, that looks cool, man. Everything looks great.
Yeah.
I like the Native
fan.
American warrior looks really cool too.
Absolutely. That's what drew me, man. I was just like, I really appreciate that. Like, I appreciate lines differentiating themselves just in general. And it's kind of sad to say this, but to have kind of a fantasy line that is as sort of diverse and drawing from some of our real world cultures as inspiration, that's not just a thing that exists everywhere. So unfortunately, it's still a novelty in 2024, and it's cool that they're doing it. And I'm excited for it.
Yeah, totally.
Brutal Realm.
I mean, for the longest time, I was like I remember, I think it was like in the early 2000s, like they finally released like Black Cobra Troopers. It was a 5-pack, and I was like, yes, finally. What the hell, you know?
Yeah, it's about time, man. As a kid, it mattered to me, and I'm a kid of the 80s, born in the 70s.
That's right.
Really in the 80s. So, all right, let's talk about this.
Dude, these Galactic Valors are great. They're really freaking cool. I'm excited for them.
Me too.
Man, look how cool that is. Come on now. That one's creepy. Get that one off the screen.
Foxford thing. I'm in so far for 2 of them.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm really into just, you know, creatures, obviously, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Right.
Yeah,
Humans are great. Humans are great. I had plenty of them, and I still have plenty of them here. But you know, my brain loves the fantasy. Here you go. They're comparing to
oh
size
man, that's
comparison.
A cool figure to the right of it. That's what
you
is
like
that?
That
looks cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, he looks cool. I like that.
I love the body type too. It's like a more alive kind of build.
That's my build. That like cereal box build. Like that like skinny. Well, I mean, I'm not skinny anymore, but that was my build before I went and got fat. Man.
Yeah. I'm loving these. I'm loving the paints on this one in particular. I think this is
Nicole did a great job.
Yes.
Yeah, he's definitely my favorite. I like that one the most. Yeah.
Grishk. Yeah. It's cool stuff, you know. Yeah, I guess it's funny when you were looking at that other figure, like your brain automatically went into like work mode and like, wait, what's going on? How's this constructed? How does this work? But
this is a little bit more traditional. This looks like it's you know, very similar build to the gargoyles, the NECA style. Especially those elbows and the pelvic area. So
yeah, this is sort of a loose piece. This is almost
so I'm looking at
it. A softer rubber, maybe
it's gonna be a soft rubber. Just looking at it, it's gonna be kind of similar to the G.I. Joe classified figures. Just from what I'm seeing, I'm guessing, but it looks similar to that.
I am in for this.
Look at all those hands.
Now. I know. And yeah, absolutely. I'm digging the feet. There's some people who are like, I don't get.
I love them. I love the feet.
Yeah, give us some variety.
We're laughing because Derek doesn't like the feet.
The CJS himself goes.
Scroll up real quick. I want to see something real quick. Scroll up.
This one.
Oh, okay. I just want to see his loadout. I want to see his pistol.
Sure.
His pistol and his dagger. Those look cool, man. There we go. Yeah, those look cool. I like that.
And then there's a sort of
and look,
bladed.
the translucent sword, the axe. That's cool. I love it.
You think that's
I'm
painted?
such a
It's gonna.
sucker for translucent.
Would
That looks
they?
translucent to me.
They'd make that plastic and then paint it, right? Not you wouldn't do like.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
it might be the whole piece, even the handle, but I have a feeling it'll just be the blade and they'll plug it in.
Okay, maybe. Got all the different hands. You got pointing alien hands. I love it. 3 fingers, Nightcrawler style.
Look at those soft goods,
goods.
man. That looks great.
Yep, that's C. Jessam, same as the
I love
Legion stuff now.
yeah, that's so cool. And I love the emblem that's like added onto the back of it. That's really cool. Really,
Love
really
the
cool.
emblem and love the construction. So these are like 3 panels,
cool,
right?
right?
1 panel, 2 panel, and it kind of fits in that
Sexy.
thing. And this thing's gonna be super tailored to that silhouette.
I'm digging it.
Sorry, that's what happens when I watch Project Runway. And so yeah, I was in for that first Grishk and this guy too, who's an army builder. I just think he looks cool. Cool looking head.
He definitely has an army builder feel to it, in a good way. You know, this guy looks really cool. I like him a lot. He's the other one that I want. You know, that I'm like in for now. I'll probably get several of them.
Which was the one you didn't want to see? Was it this face?
That one. Scroll past
this
it quick.
One right
hurry.
here.
Get off of it. No.
Wait, was it
scary.
This one right here?
It's
Hold
scary
on.
looking. Yeah.
Can I zoom in? I don't think I can.
No, don't zoom anymore. There you go. Out. There you go. Okay.
Anyways, Galactic Valor, folks. Check that out. Great to hear
really
your
cool.
take on it.
I love it.
And then this was something I feel bad that this is something that I came across. They actually reached out to, and I just didn't cover it for no real good reason. I was like, yeah, I'll back it. Oh no, we forgot. We'll circle back. And I just didn't. But it's a comic book. It's called League of Crypted. It's totally right up my alley. So they knew to hit me up about it. But it's Sasquatch, the Loch Ness Monster, Mothman, the Jersey Devil, and Chupacabra joining together to defend Earth from an alien attack. Like,
come on, man, that's cool. I like that. That's fun.
That's a log line right there, man. And so I love it. It backed like pretty quickly and pretty easily. Cool. It's just for the first issue.
I'm trying to figure out which one is El Chupacabra. Which one is that? Like
this right here.
I thought El Chupacabra was like a dog. Okay. And who's the green?
Well, they can get down on their own force. See, the thing is, they're cryptids, so we don't totally know.
They can do what they want.
Yeah, that you see some of them standing upright. Chupacabra, like, yeah. So this is, I'm assuming their version of Loch Ness Monster.
That's cool. I actually really like that they like did their own take on it. Yeah, and the Jersey Devil looks way cooler than he's supposed to.
100%
from the Jersey Devil description.
Yep. And
I can hear the cat is up to no good. What are you doing over there? Stop.
And Mothman. Stop. That's who that. This is Mothman in the armor. So.
Oh yeah, I see him in the background. Cool. Oh, there. Oh, that's cool. He's like he's got like armor and everything. I'm digging that. This looks really fun, dude.
Different artist covers. So cover variants. I mean, so check that out. Just wanted to share because I know that's how you started, right?
It is
doing your comic book.
That was it.
Just this is since we're here. Did you like go to school for like illustration, or what was your background again?
So I got my degree in graphic design. I was like the first 2.5 years I was majoring in illustration.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, at the time I was in a band and like we were getting courted pretty heavily by like multiple record labels. Mm-hmm. And it got to the point where it was very difficult to try to do illustrating on the road, So I was like, well, I can just bring my computer and do graphic, I could do the graphic design thing on the road. So I switched to graphic design, and I still love graphic design. I mean, like, I'm doing graphic design while we're talking. I'm coloring the alternate heads that we've unlocked, the brawler heads. Yeah, it was originally a little different.
Okay. Yeah, we swam in similar circles, it sounds like. What's up, Black Knight? Good to see you, man. Got Nolan in the house. Graphic design background, and there was a time when I was like, oh, I want to tell stories. Did the music thing too, so that's good to know. Man,
it's funny because Arlen did the music thing too.
Yeah, he
it's
did too.
interesting. Like
Oh,
this
that's
seems like it
awesome.
lends itself. Yeah, it seems like this type of stuff seems very interestingly to segue and pair very nicely with the music type stuff. You know, I
Yeah,
remember I remember
especially
being like
the
really
whole
nervous.
indie world of it too. I gotta say.
Right, exactly. Yeah, like it feels like, even the like, like this press tour kind of feels like, a press tour for,
Hmm.
for like music and stuff. And
Hmm.
it's funny, I still remember being kind of nervous. Like we were in like kind of a hard rock band,
Hmm.
and we had a great little practice space. And I remember being nervous because like we had other bands that would come over and just kind of hang out, and I had like a ton of like my toys and stuff. And like the first like
Oh,
band that kind of came over that like they were notably more heavy than us. They like saw my Spawn toys and they're like, "Well, that's cool." And I was like, "Come again?" I was like, I wasn't expecting
yeah.
that response. And I was like, "Wait a second," so
Oh man, there's nerds everywhere, which is why I love
exactly.
this whole thing. All right, let's see what
Yeah.
else we got going on. Okay, let's actually start talking about some actual toys. You familiar with Zezre Studio and the Combatants Fight for Glory line?
Yeah, they look so cool. I don't own any of them. I want some of the female figures.
Right, the females
Yeah.
are badass. I don't have any here. I think they're all actually on my classroom. And then these are the more recent like creatures. So they've kind of gone from humans,
Yeah.
sort of like
Right. Yeah.
in the what do you call them in the arena on the
The
gladiators? That's what I'm
gladiators? Yeah,
yeah. And
gladiators.
then they did a series of women gladiators for one wave, and then they launched straight into creatures. So they like
Yeah.
went um full on into the sort of like mythological fantasy part of it. And so these are ones that they showed a little bit ago in LA at LA Comic-Con, which were cool to see. But more recently, so you can kind of see there's a lot more variety, different size bucks.
Yeah,
They're
I was
still doing
confused at first because I was like, wait, Arlen did a Santa Claus that looks like that, but this is like a different, yeah.
oh, he did that. Oh, I got it over there. The
The
boss
Barbarian
fight.
Santa.
Yep.
No, it's Naughty or Nice, the Naughty or Nice series that Arlen did
Right.
with
Is that
with
not
Bill.
is that not by boss fight? I think it is.
No, that's by Fresh Monkey Fiction.
Fresh Monkey. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
they're doing the Naughty and Nice series, and then they're also
Mhm.
doing the Monster Force stuff. But I don't want to
Yes. Sorry.
I don't want to like
Whole
pull
other
you
world.
off. Yeah.
No, you're good. And so, yes, it looks very similar to this. I just grabbed that figure too, got it recently. But I brought this up because they also more recently shared some of their new designs. And of course, I don't have it here.
Just describe it.
Yeah, oh, here it is. So this is, sort of their creature, new creature coming out, Ruhak.
Man, he looks
I
cool.
did,
I like the
yeah,
name too.
sorry, Thanos, don't have the link, but I'll put it in there. So again, people doing these big old beasties, which is fun. I know a lot of folks like usually their thing is like, oh, that's a shelf killer. It's so big. And they are. I don't know, for some reason I'm good with it
You
and
find
keep
a way.
getting I mean, yeah, I find a way. I shouldn't, but I find a way.
I
Anyway.
started like swapping out stuff. So during every summer, what happens is like, it gets hot and then there's the
Mhm.
figures that start falling over. So
Right.
I just started kind of taking that opportunity to swap collections out. I've got everything pretty much according to like, genre in totes.
Uh-huh.
And so, like the shelf that like has the most casualties will get, put into storage for the summer. I'll swap out the other stuff.
Yeah, I got to do that too. I don't keep everything out, and I just can't. But that's kind of, I think of it like kind of curating. Like, okay, this is the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
exhibit
Yeah, it
that's going to
makes
be
sense.
happening right now, and then
Right. Keep it
yeah, which is
fresh.
bad because your concept of space danger is different, right? All right.
Right.
Anyway, let's move on, friend. So let's do some true newsy stuff. We don't got to go over all of it, but there was a bunch of stuff that showed up yesterday because WonderCon's happening right now down in Orange County, here in
Man,
California.
I think we need to do WonderCon next year. If they'll
Let's
have
go.
us.
Let's
I
go.
think that would be
Yeah,
amazing.
I would love to do that. That's easy for me. Hasbro was there though for and they actually like did reveals, which was kind of a big deal for
Dude,
WonderCon.
Yeah, what's up? You know what? Not to cut you off, but I think they
Go for it.
figured out that San Diego Comic-Con is all about movies now. And they were like, you know what? We've got WonderCon. Let's kind of go ahead and do the toys at WonderCon, which is great because, you can only absorb so much news, even though Comic-Con in San Diego is a 4 or 5 day event. It still is a lot to kind of process, especially if you're, action figures competing against 5 potential blockbusters coming out each summer.
Yep.
So I think this was the right move. It's really cool.
Shout
I
out to
love that
Toy
Wonder
Arc.
Woman. I mean, the She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. Hell yes.
I love the She-Hulk. I need to pick up that Ezra.
The TVC.
I'm coining this phrase. I'm referring to that Iron Man now as Chicken Nugget.
The gold one?
So feel free to copy that.
This one?
Look at him. Yeah, he's a chicken nugget.
This is who you're referring to as Chicken Nugget. Okay.
Yeah.
Why can't I get back?
That's a fun skull. I like that. He looks cool.
It's going to be weird.
I love the matte gold with the metallic highlights. I think that's cool. I'm very glad that they're not. I am a swirly plastic metal snob. I don't like that ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I say ever, but of course there's exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, I'm not a fan of it, and I really like the way this looks. So kudos.
Man, for like an old guy like me who just loved digging through, there was this old thing that used to be called Marvel Universe. It was like literally like an encyclopedia.
Oh, dude.
And when it first came out, it was issue by issue, A through Z.
Wow.
We used to get that, my brother and I, and just sort of pour through them. Man, I'm bummed that I think it's Count Nefaria here. I'm bummed that for some reason, because of my like whole framing of the title and stuff, you can't see everything. So, but it was just kind of cool. Like you said, I think they did figure out that maybe we need to distance ourselves a little bit from, give ourselves a little bit of lead time away from the SDCC to kind of hit that news cycle. Cause yeah, there's so much going to be dropping at San Diego Comic-Con.
Right. Yeah.
That they'll still like unveil a HasLab there and do those kinds of things. But like these figure things, I think it's smart for them to take advantage of the Orange County show.
So much more sense. Yeah. And I really hope we can get in. I mean, putting it out there, we want to do that show. So
let's do it. Let's look into it.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
The big
we'll
thing,
be staying
I think,
at your house. So
yeah, you got a weird concept of California geography. It's far, man. That's like a good 8 and 9
is it really?
Drive. Yeah, that's Southern California, down by the border. I'm up north, so
okay. I did not realize that. I thought it was for some reason I thought it was in LA. So they're both San Diego shows. Okay, I did not realize that.
No, so this one right here, WonderCon. Sorry for the confusion. Okay, this is in Orange County. You got Los Angeles, about 40 miles ish south. You got Orange County, where this show is, and then a good almost another 90 or 80 miles down. You've got
wow, I did not. Okay, I didn't realize that.
And I'm like way up in the northern end. So this is where I kind of grew up. I grew up in LA. So driving down to Orange County for a day is no problem. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the first time we showcased in LA, everyone in the van was excited. They were like, "Oh, we're in LA," and I was like, "Cool." And I mean, we didn't have like smartphones or anything back then, so like I was reading a magazine and I was like looking at the window, and we're going like 55 miles an hour. We're not hitting traffic yet, and like we drove like for an hour, and I was like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "LA is really big," and I was like,
"It's huge, man."
Yeah, I'm figuring that out now. I was like, "What the hell is going on?" And then we drove for like another 2 hours before we got to our destination.
Yep.
Damn, it's just so hard to tell from like the smaller populated states. It's like you don't know until you've like driven it. Don't fly obviously you can fly in, but it's like it's so much easier to understand how big Los Angeles is when you drive it. I mean, there's like Los Angeles proper, and then all the smaller suburbs have essentially just connected now. So there's a little bit of that in the New Orleans area, but it's pales in comparison, no pun intended, to like Los Angeles and New York and Chicago, Houston.
No,
even
totally. The big, I think, reveal in this was for me was like, oh, O-rings are like really back. Hasbro's making O-rings, and they're doing Ghostbusters, and they're doing the Ecto
Yeah, that's
the
cool,
actual
man.
one. So not something I would necessarily buy
It's
these
exciting.
days, but it's cool to sort of see all
Definitely
this
not,
stuff.
but it's cool that it's there. Yeah. It's cool
So
that it's
good.
there. I'm glad it's there for those kind of collectors, you know.
So great. It's now on Spero's radar. Let's see if we can make WonderCon happen. Oh, actually, the tricky thing with WonderCon is, are they moving? I hear that. Oh, no, I think they're staying put. Sorry, I was thinking DesignerCon. All right, moving on. What is over? Hey, look, it's Adam. Oh, don't worry about that. Stegosaurus, Creative Beast Studios, another one of your sort of like peer companies.
Oh man,
right?
we love them. Yeah, they're awesome.
I love this. This was my favorite
I'm
dinosaur
excited
as a
about
kid.
this one.
Stegosaurus, man.
This one seems like they're all packed with articulation, but like this one seems like it's got a lot going on. It's really exciting.
1, 2, 3, 4,
and their last
5.
Kickstarter was phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, look at the tail. The tail's got what, 3 parts? You know,
3 parts of the tail, 2 parts for the neck.
The neck's got 4 parts.
Or 4, right?
Not including the jaw. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. Yeah, going into there. Yep.
Each one
That's
with a
wild,
separate
dude.
plate on the back, and yeah, it's really cool. So,
gorgeous.
I love that this one can stand on its own too, which is a little bit of an issue I have with some of their stuff. I don't need a stand to hold it up, and it's gonna look.
Yeah, the bipedal stuff is gonna be a challenge. You know, I mean,
you sort of see it here that you kind of do.
Right, exactly.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It makes you wonder, like how those animals, like how did they pull it off? You know, in when they were walking the earth. You know, like it's almost like they were just designed to be like, you're running, and then when you're done running, you just like lay down. Yeah, that's it. You're just sitting down and you're catching your breath.
Well, they got the big tail to balance them out too.
Oh, you're right.
But,
yeah, the tail. Exactly. There you go.
This stuff
Look at that. I mean, come on, how cool is that?
Man.
So that's a 3 3/4 inch scale. Those figures. Yeah. That's what they've been doing. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something.
I'm just gonna watch the stuff from afar, and then I'm gonna go hang out with Adam and Amanda and play with their dinosaurs because
that's the best of both worlds, right?
Hey, I don't know if you're familiar with this. And
hey,
this
that
guy
guy looks cool. Who's this?
Dan Mitchell. I just
Dan's
kind of wanted to share his
sculptors.
stuff. Yep, you've been working with him for a while, and I just love that Dan's been sort of sharing, consistently sharing the work that he does. So this was the Verandy. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying it's Verandy or Verandi.
Okay, whatever. Hey, man, you're the creator. Fair enough. Heavy infantry with a helmet, very cool. And you can kind of just really see all the great little details that he's worked in there. And hey, there it is. But also, right, these guys, this thing, by the way, just the level of detail in this thing is ridiculous.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was so fun to paint too. Oh my God. Love it. I mentioned on a different stream, painting the eyeballs. I knew I was going to be in a hurry because like yellow is just like a ton of layers, to get for it to just stick and not have the other colors showing through. But it was the right choice. So really excited. So you can see the chameleon and the snake both have the plug-in tongue feature. The snake will be spitting venom. Both the horny toad and the Corvius and the Verandy army builder, they have a sculpted tongue. They've got shorter tongues, so they
sculpted
don't have that same action feature.
Yeah, it'll be built in like this one right here.
Yeah, it's sculpted into the lower jaw. Yeah.
Sculpted and then over here, I'm going to keep pressing you because people will press you. The tongue, definitely getting a chain tongue, right, for this guy.
Yeah, we're
what people
Gresh
what people want though, right?
Gresh is a reboot. What's that? Oh yeah, we know what they want, and there's going to be room on the tooling plate for certain things. So we'll just kind of stay tuned and be prepared to own more than one chameleon figure.
Okay, I just want to put that pressure, and then we've got the snake. You said the acid spitting thing, but tongue for the snake, normal tongue.
I don't know. We'll see how much room's on the plate. We'll see what we can do. It probably won't be included with the Gresh figure.
Okay.
But you know, we're essentially doing the Kickstarter to set up a ton of parts, so there's no reason not to do one. You know, if
Okay.
you look at that photo that you just passed by, I broke one of the bottom teeth when I was pulling it off of the print, so that's not going to be the case.
Okay.
Yeah, but the teeth won't be broken like that. But that particular, you know, we were doing stuff in a hurry, kind of breakneck speed, so his teeth won't be broken like that.
I
Just in
love that
case
that's
anyone
like
like caught it and was like, "Oh,
I was gonna
yeah,
say,
that
like,
guy's got a
that's the thing
broken
in your
tooth as
brain.
well."
Yeah, it's all
Yeah,
good.
so you know, there's certain challenges to you know, 3D printing at home and painting
Sure,
everything.
sure,
So
sure.
it's just one of the challenges that you have.
All right, enough about this AWOK stuff. Let's talk about Dan's other great work. This figure for the X-Men 97, man. This is so
Oh my
cool. I
God.
love, look at the hair on
What's
that, the
funny, like
dynamic hair.
perfect timing because I just got him in the mail today.
Oh,
So,
perfect.
and the baby that, yeah, look at that. And the baby that he did is included with a different figure. I don't remember. It's
Yep.
a female figure. I don't remember. Let's see. I'll read on the back.
It's
That one
gotta be
comes with the
Madeline
Goblin
Pryor.
Queen.
Yep,
Yeah.
Maddie.
So that the little baby comes with Goblin Queen, but I guess he just kind of like did it because I was that particular project. But yeah, I
I'm gonna
can't wait to open him.
I'm gonna be that guy and spoil it for you. That's Cable, guys. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I knew that. That's like 30 years old, right? I was like, wait a
know, but
second.
some
We know
folks are
this.
just getting into the cartoon. I'm being a jerk. But yeah, look at
You know
that.
what, dude? It's so funny. Like, so I was like really like against spoilers, and so like I took off of work to go watch The Force Unleashed, and I was like,
The
oh, that was
Force
A New Hope.
Awakens. The Force Awakens?
Yeah, The Force Awakens. Yeah, The Force
Mhm.
Awakens. Sorry,
Yep.
that was a Freudian slip. But I was like, oh, that was a movie that came out 40 years ago, and then after that, I just didn't care about spoilers.
Uh-huh.
So like a lot of times I could just like read the Wikipedia before I go watch a movie, and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna go watch this movie.
Yeah, I don't trip on them anyways because I need to step out of it and just be like, it's
Right.
fine, whatever, give me the information. But my brain
Yeah.
can do that. I can be like,
Plus,
okay,
you're on the
cool. Now let
internet.
me enjoy it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, I don't know. I'm just
Like, don't be
excited
on
that
the internet and then be upset that someone's gonna spoil it. You know, it's like I get it. It can be annoying, but it's like, you know, don't let it ruin the movie experience for you.
look at that, Kurt Wagner. Hey, I hope Kurt's having a good Easter. I know he's a devout Catholic. And then
He
the
is.
last one I wanted to show was a classified because Dan's obviously
Yeah.
doing work
Let's see. Does he
across
got the
different
alternate head?
lines.
Is there?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
there it is. That's cool. Yeah.
So really cool stuff. Great to sort of just, I love it to see it sort of across
You
all
know
the
what's
different
funny,
lines.
dude? Like,
So,
okay, so like let's just stay on him. Like on the intro for the G.I. Joe intro, like I always like I thought that you know, like that's a reflective mirror visor, but like in the cartoon, like it looks like there's like some text or something going
Yep.
across his face, and I was like, why don't they have the text on the toy? You know, I just couldn't put it together as a kid, but it makes sense now. I was like, okay, I get it now. But
Yeah.
I like the little thing
Like,
that he's holding. I wonder if that's like a minesweeper or something, or
it's from
what.
the Trouble Bubble. It's a mine
Oh,
from the
okay.
Trouble Bubble. Yeah, I
Okay.
remember having that as a kid.
It's a fancy ice cream
too.
maker.
Yeah,
Can we say it's
no,
an ice cream maker?
I think it
It's
carries
an ice cream
Beskar.
maker.
No, I think it's for holding
Okay,
Beskar.
there you go.
credits, something like that.
It's
All right.
you know, it's I get a kick out of when like when people
That's
that aren't
cool.
creatives will like spot some sort of like real world source and like they get really hung up on it, you know, and I'm like,
Yeah.
me as a kid, like having like a roofing nail, and I'm like, this is a sword. It is
Yeah.
a sword. It's not a roofing nail, you know, like I'm just very able to like just separate like reality from like what this is in the context of the movie. But yeah, anyway.
100%. That was how we played too. Just I took a glass and put it on top of an action figure, and he was trapped in a force field.
Right?
I just wanted
Dude,
to
we used
share
to
these.
take like egg cartons and make that space packs, like spacesuit packs. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I just was like, you were looking at the thumbnail earlier. It's like, what is that? So these are Joy Toy. They're kung fu figures, kung fu. I wanted to highlight them. I love looking at them. I've been I have to watch Joy Toy from afar. I don't partake, but I remember just sort of
I have
seeing these things
several of
pop up
them.
on Amazon. Do you? Which
I have
variety?
several
Are
of them.
you
They're
talking
really good.
mechs, sci-fi? What's your thing?
No,
Military?
I have. Okay, so like the last thing that I went like just crazy bazonkers on was the 4-inch scale Halo figures because I love Halo. I literally play
Mhm.
Halo every day for like the last 20 years. Like no
Mhm.
joke. This is not exaggeration. So like I just went crazy for that 4-inch series. And they did the Marines and everything, but you know, if you know a lot about Halo, the Spartans were created to fight essentially like human combatants who were like trying to break away from the colonies, you know. And so like they had a bunch of these kind of futuristic space figures from Toy Joy, and I was like, I'm getting that. I think I might have about 5 of them. They are import toys, which means they're like slightly more delicate than like an American 4-inch scale figure. So that's something to keep in mind, but they're just absolutely jam-packed with accessories. Uh, and several of them came with little crates that would hold, you know, the majority of the accessories, and you could even like break down the rifles and stuff. So, but this looks really, really cool. I still have a ton of boss fight hacks figures. Like I feel like that kung fu figure that you're trying to show would probably go well with hacks, you know, that same kind of scale. So, yeah, it's really cool seeing the 4-inch stuff get popular again.
I threw in the link down in the chat because for some reason I just noticed it's not popping up on your guys' screen. Like I'll reload it and it'll
I
pop
just
up
read
here
Adam's
for
comment.
like
That
a
is true.
second and then it'll die out. So check those out. But they're just really cool looking. I feel like the kung fu stuff like people sleep on. But really cool stuff. What was Adam saying? Fun fact. Before Jason and I were as close as we are now, he had me ship Halo figures he couldn't find in the swamp. Shipped from Canada?
It's true. Yeah, and it was
Huh.
absolutely worth it. Because look at the friendship that blossoms from it.
That's fair enough. All right. Those are cool. Let's go ahead. I think this is the last one. I just wanted to share this. As folks know, I'm really into Disney. I'm really into Star Wars. This is and I also have a relative who works for Walt Disney Imagineering who was actually on this show before. But this is footage of sort of Walt Disney Imagineering showing off their new technology.
Oh yeah, those are cool, man. I would keep
Yeah,
the
so
crap out of that thing if I saw it.
well, and they absolutely would be on you because that's how it works.
Oh
They have
yeah.
handlers that follow them that are
Oh yeah.
in plain clothes usually, and then they have
Look how
the
cute that is.
costume folks. But check that out, man. Yeah, they're building
Yeah.
droids,
Yeah.
right?
Look how cute that is. Oh my
And this stuff
god.
has been actually in development for a very long time, and now they're sort of showing them. People like we're expecting to see this pop up in that Star Wars
Yeah.
land, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and you know it's always sort of I imagine it's
Yeah.
a logistical nightmare to sort of make sure these things are one good to go and that people don't sort of like crowd around and damage them. They have had a couple of these walking around as sort of like test
They
things.
are
There's been sightings of
small.
those in Florida.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
small.
I haven't, you know, the last time we went to Disney World, they were building Galaxy's Edge, so I haven't been there yet. I mean, I think you'll probably know I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, on campus, at the campus near the where we live, they've got a bunch of the little not Uber bots. Is it maybe Uber Eats where they like zoom around with the food and stuff, and they've got like a little
Okay.
digital face on it. That's kind of what this reminds me of, but this is way cuter. Ding,
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding,
I mean,
ding,
that's the
ding,
thing,
ding.
right?
It's so
Star Wars
cute.
creates these machines and tries to build in the personality. And so it's really cool.
I
And
feel
it's
like
cool
they've
to
done
sort of
a
see the
great
movement.
job.
Yeah. To think
This
this
woman
is like
just can't keep her hands off that thing. Like,
adorable little guys. Anyways, they're
look, you
figuring
saw it
this
like
stuff
kind of like
out.
waddle like. I mean, they look like they're ducks.
Yeah, they program in all the different movement, right? To kind of give you that there's a lot of personality in these things. Really cool. So anyway, all right, let's go ahead and close this massive scene thing, and let's go to you. This is the I guess we're officially switching gears to the That's What's Up section, and let's go ahead and talk about some Spero
Heyo.
stuff. We've got 10 minutes or so. Let's just what do people want to know, and what do you want to share? And whatever we don't get to, just know we're gonna be over on, let's see, between two sets. There I go. That was an Adam, not this Adam Van Winkler slip. Between Two Sentinels this Wednesday on the Machu Toy channel, a Punkwood Toys on Thursday, and then Unparalleled Universe on Friday. So there's plenty of time to ask questions if we don't get to everything today. But we've been doing this tour. What do you think people need to maybe know or think about at this point that maybe hasn't been said? Or I don't know if you just want to reiterate.
I think it's important to reiterate a couple of things. One, if this is your first Kickstarter, you don't get billed until the end of the Kickstarter. So there's really no need to not pick out what you want now and back it. You can always adjust stuff and add stuff on if you want to do that later. But it's important to go ahead and get into the campaign as soon as you can, and don't worry about getting billed until the 17th, which I think there's another pay period, and it's going to be 2 days after your tax return, so you'll have a little bit of extra money to kind of get the stuff you work so hard for and enjoy. All the characters include additional hands. Brick's been adding the text to kind of let everyone know that. All the lizards have functioning jaws. Both Gresh and Kanji have eyes and ears respectively that move 360. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but if you're kind of on the fence about trying out the products, there's a really good basic level reward that's 2 figures and a weapon set, and the weapon set's almost free, with the discount that's built into it. So you can back that and kind of pick and mix and match which figures you like the most out of it. You don't necessarily have to worry about, the picture just shows these 2 figures. During the backer kit survey, you'll be able to pick different figures. If some of these figures don't necessarily stand out or jump out and you feel like you can incorporate it into your collection, which I find hard to believe, but if that's the case, we've got 4 great weapon sets that have, both melee and, firearms included in them. So you can work that into essentially 3 or 4 different great, IPs that we all know and love. So we try to do a little bit of everything for all the potential action figure collectors. You can see there's kind of a little scale breakdown. I have a feeling we'll be unlocking Raving sooner than later. So the goal is to have those wings removable. So, depending on your play or display style, you'll be able to have the wings attached or removable. Let's see what else. We've unlocked alternate heads for all the figures so far, except for the speedsters. So your female figures will all be getting additional heads. All the brawlers, additional heads. All the lizards we've seen already. So those are going to be packed in. They're not an additional cost. It's just packed into the figure itself. And the same will be, the case with the birds and the elephant. And, we've got 2 more figures to reveal, and we've got some other ideas as far as rewards go. So if you've already backed the Kickstarter, make sure to keep checking in because we're still updating stuff and adding fun little surprises that we think everyone will enjoy.
Yeah, so real quick for the folks that have been following, you'll notice you called this out. We moved this up to the top, and the eagle-eyed, animals. The raven-eyed viewers will realize that, hey, this is new. Yeah, so prior we didn't have the bird buck in there, and so now raving is in there for your reference to get a sense of the sheer diversity again of all these different this world, which is dope. And the other thing that you just mentioned, going in and adding these kind of features, right? So this guy's got the articulated jaws. Yes, reminding people that there is a head in there, and then there are extra hands that we don't see here, but those are pretty much standard for AWOK now, right? They come in with 3 pairs.
Right, exactly. It's just a standard pack in. Yep.
The other piece that's new is this.
We're talking about. Yes, thank you for adding that. So this is the Kickstarter price. You can see the savings right there. Whenever the retail price will be more expensive. So just as a thank you to the backers and current and new tribe members, we're building in a discount into all the figures, and you can see that reflected at the bottom of each character. Again, after the Kickstarter surveys wrap up, they'll convert to their normal retail price.
Yeah, and on that note, so Tiffany, the added thing here, the 33, like, yeah, you said it. It's the retail is going to be $37.99. So these things are really $5 below what you're going to be paying for individual figures eventually at retail. I know there's some language here that sort of says around the time on the right that, you know, it says that they're $35. That was like early thinking based on old prices. And it's locked in once you have that.
Yeah, once you back it, we can't edit it, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, but it is $37.99. In fact, you can pre-order them right now over on eCollectibles and Big Bad Toy Store at those sort of prices, or the Canadian equivalent. As Mythic Dolphin points out, like, that's why we want to make this real clear, because there is the Epic all-in backing option, and I'm not totally sure why that's not being shown here, because I logged out of mine.
Oh, here you go. While he's scrolling through looking for it, what's so nice about the Epic all-in, aside from the savings, is, you know, if you've got 3 or 4 buddies in town, you guys can go in and just split up that, you know, and all enjoy the savings and get, you know, plenty of figures for what you're backing. So it's another great option. Especially if you're outside of if you're outside of the US. It drives me crazy that, you know, Mexico and Canada, in my opinion, should not count as international shipping. It's very bizarre. I don't know why that is the case, but it is. So, you know, if you're worried about that, we recommend you can purchase through eCollectibles or Big Bad Toy Store. But we do have those built into the Kickstarter. You'll see the pricing for shipping for both Mexico and Canada.
Yep. So you'll see from Mythic Dolphin, Tiffany's comment here, like, these things are going to be $650 all in, right? That's the idea. And if you do that, that includes these. All of these are the initially offered figures and accessory, or no, yeah, just figures that were originally up on the Kickstarter before all the unlocks. The whole idea of the Epic All-In is that you're going to get everything that gets unlocked. And if you've been following this closely, or you're just hearing this for the first time, let me tell you that a lot of stuff has been added that wasn't there originally. So part of what we're trying to do now
definitely keeps increasing.
So that's what Mythic Dolphin's pointing out here. Like, you're going to be saving several hundreds of dollars if you consider doing the Epic All-In, which is wild. And I'm just going to keep saying it because, like, that's up to that's Jason's call. So I don't know how he's doing that, but hey, it's cool. It's all good. We're winning. So you'll see those prices there. That's to help you. And Jason, so if they don't necessarily want all of these certain things, or they don't want certain figures, can you explain how that might work for if they get an Epic All-In? Are they required? I mean, I know the answer, but if you could explain, are they required? Do I have to get Gresh? Do I have to get the unlocked creatures or not? Like, how does that work?
So we're looking at setting up 2 different options, because the Epic All-In is a little different than every other reward. What we were thinking about doing is something where, you know, we do like Spero's pick, where, like, you basically get what was described in the Kickstarter, or you can do, you know, customer's choice, where you basically get a what's it called? A voucher. So, you know, if you don't want to do, if you don't want Mamba for some reason, and you want to get, you know, the equivalent to what his price is, you can do that instead.
Got it. Yep.
But, you know, we have to kind of figure it out on the back end. I don't think it's going to be super difficult to do, but that's the idea. So, you know, if someone wants to just kind of army build a whole bunch of Gresh, they'll be able to do that. Or if they just want to stick with what the initial description is, they can do that as well.
And that's why this becomes important, right? Listing these on these, that's kind of where we're leading towards. It's like, hey, just a reminder, this is the equivalent of $45 versus the $33 quote unquote standard figures. Right now, if you look online, you
Yeah.
won't see all of them updated. You're starting to see more here. We see the brawlers have them, but we're working to get them all for. Oh, great! This has been updated actually since this morning. So $33 for standard for them, for the women, and then the
Who did that?
speedsters. Look at that! See, when Adam's streaming, I'm working on images.
Isn't that
And when I'm
nice?
streaming, Adam's uploading stuff. Look at that. So yeah, again, reminder that Spectral Pale is a $40 limited
Teamwork.
edition figure, and so these aren't quite here yet. The birds, but these
Yeah,
will
that's something
essentially
you'll
be
have to
standard.
you'll have to get that through the Kickstarter.
Yeah, but these will be the equivalent of $33. Yeah, standard figures. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you don't want to say okay.
During the Kickstarter. It's going to
during-
go up.
yeah,
It's going to
during-
go up to the normal price.
Yes. Sorry, to be clear, all during the Kickstarter, right? So we'll get that stuff.
No,
there,
no,
but,
it's confusing because
Yep.
Yeah.
And I just love this, man. For those who were there from the beginning, this is where the campaign ended. $260,000
Yep.
was that top tier, and this was in shadows. And I know it's confusing for some people, but as it says up here, additional stretch goals will be revealed, and they have been. And so, not only did you reveal,
it's been
what
fun
this
revealing
guy's
all
gonna
this
look like,
stuff.
yeah, and that was the inspiration behind like going around to ToyTube to explain that to people, because I know people have questions, and it shouldn't just
Right.
be on one stream where you get the
Yep.
opportunity to ask those questions. And I think it's great to just let people know about the brand. So we had 3 birds that were not there in the original. So like again,
Yep.
if you're keeping track, that video earlier said $4 new. Like this is not included in that. This is a whole other buck on top of those original 4. We've got the weapon sets. Then we've got this guy who is a brawler. So that's using a buck the same as Hannibal and them. But that was
We'll be
another
adding his
unlock that was
weapon set
added.
soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I
then-
really, really want that figure.
This one? Which one are
Yeah,
you referring to? Brutox? I do
Brutox.
too. Yeah.
The Filipino ox.
The water buffalo. Carabao.
Yeah, the water
Yeah,
buffalo.
I don't
yeah.
know. We'll see. But I love this guy too, 410. And it's crazy. I keep thinking that you're done revealing stuff, and then you sneak
What a
like
mad
images here on
scientist
some
you're dealing with.
stream. Yeah. And so that said, folks, like, keep watching. Again, this week, we're going to be around different toy streams. Wednesday, Matru Toy Channel. Thursday, A Punk with Toys. Friday, Unparalleled Universe. And there will be even more after that. And then Sunday, Geek Dad Life.
Yep.
And then, so let's see what else gets unlocked and unveiled. And where
I
are we
feel
at
like
right now?
we've got great momentum.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Is this? I haven't. When was the last time you looked? What was the dollar amount?
I just looked a
honestly
few
don't
minutes ago,
remember.
so it looks the same. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, but we're doing great. I mean,
221.
we're on our way to getting all those pack ins for the speedsters, and then Raving's right around the corner. So let's just keep it up. Spread the word. If you're interested in backing the campaign, do it sooner than later.
And then I will just close off with one thing. Just a reminder, if you can't wait for however long it's going to be for these figures to come out in the fall, the first ones will start dropping in the fall, then the others will come in fall of 2024, then winter 2025, and then depending on what else gets unlocked, some of those may come even after that. But these figures are available. Wave 1, Wave 2, and Wave 3 are all available. And this summer, we're getting a whole other wave that I just feel like hasn't gotten the attention because we kind of started talking Kickstarter.
No, been overshadowed, right?
Yeah, but this Gladiator wave, man, I am totally looking forward to this. Adam and I, because in the comic book, these guys end up in the Coliseum, and it's never really explained sort of how they end up with this paint. So we're waiting for. I want to see that scene where like they awkwardly looking at each other and be like, "Hey, can you check my spot right here?"
Right? They're like, "What the hell is going on here?"
When we go out here, we gotta look good.
That's right, baby.
This wave is really cool. I'm excited for Ahakin. How do you say that? How are you saying that?
Ahakin, but I just call him Ken for short.
Where's that name from? I've asked you
Aachen.
this before, but I forget the answer.
It is an Aztec warrior.
Okay. Is that this is actually something from the language you think that you got from, or no?
Yes, I think I changed it. You know how Darth Vader was kind of based on Dutch? I
Yep.
think I might
Vader.
have changed it slightly, just so
Gotcha.
it's a little bit easier to say phonetically.
That's cool. In my brain, I was hearing like Street Fighter, oh Hogan, but cool.
Oh, Hogan, Shoryuken.
This guy, again, the first of the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom figures that we're going to get with a jaw, with the articulated jaw.
Oh,
so, man, you're a
boy.
madman. You've got this great stuff. And, of course, we had this also in-between thing that's coming out, the Void. So there's not really going to be a gap. Like, it's funny. There's going to be this stuff coming out in the summer,
Yeah,
I'm
we tried to
assuming.
really plan it. Yeah, we tried to plan it where there's not a lot of waiting. We try to do it kind of typical to the big box, not the big box, excuse me, the big toy
Big brands.
Companies where their release schedule. Yeah, something kind of on that, release schedule. Sorry, I was trying not to hiccup.
You're good.
So it sounded like I was having a brain fart, but I was really just trying not to hiccup. Excuse me. Jeez Louise.
And we don't have time. We should close out. But, the comic books, that's apparently a thing that me and Adam like to talk about. So if you're really curious about that, actually, let me give you, this got brought up the other day. Let me take you to this channel real quick called Brick Something. And there's something that's over there that I was
blown away when I first saw this. I was blown away when I first saw y'all doing this. I was just like, whoa, this is so friggin' cool. My goodness.
Right on, man. I had a blast doing it. So this is me and Adam doing our thing, and there's a video called the Kingdom Chronicles #1. I'll put it in the chat. For those of you who kind of want what this story is about, and you can't hear the audio, but yeah, it's kind of a little like tribute, I guess, to these motion comics. Just literally took the existing comics, one key panel on page 7, issue #1. A pivotal moment in the story that really opens up the world and gives you a sense of, hey, this is what this world is about. This is what Animal Warriors of the Kingdom is about. So beautiful big 2-page spread, just so much information in there. And I'm going to go ahead and stop it here and tease you there.
Yes.
So I love it, man. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the channel, creating this awesome thing. Yeah. Thank you for creating this awesome thing that obviously we're into it, man. It's cool. And I know we're going to see each other a lot. Is there any last words you want to leave for the folks on watching the Brick Something news?
If you haven't already subscribed, you definitely should. I love the recaps of all the comics that you guys did so far. And I know y'all have read issue 5. For people that have read the digital versions of the comics, we're holding off on, doing the digital version of issue 5 until all the print media has been released for everyone. Thank you so much, Thanos. We highly recommend that you read the comic book. It gives you all the mythos and lore of the action figures, and it'll really give you like a cheat sheet of what figures are coming up and what we've got planned. There's a ton of Easter eggs just jam-packed in the comic books. If you haven't backed the Kickstarter and you're thinking about it, we would love you to just go ahead and back it now so that we can keep up the momentum and get these items unlocked for everyone. Everyone in the tribe is going to be able to get those figures unlocked or put in their action figure arsenal. And thank you so much for watching, and we hope you had a wonderful Easter, and we hope your work week goes really fast.
That's right. Absolutely. So yeah, hope folks have a great week. Two guys talking toys. Oh no, not that. Sorry, there was something that sort of said, someone said this. I don't know. Stephen Shank said Horde Infantry sold out on BBTS. Better grab one on Spero's site while you can. Go. So yeah, there's all these sort of fun little options. In my brain, I actually read it as a Horde Assassin, and I got like, really?
Right.
But yeah,
you jumped the gun. We did hey, we unlocked them today, so yeah, we'll show off that alternate head scene.
People got their questions answered, and I think there were a couple questions that I didn't get to. So hey, come hang out Wednesday night over on Machu Toy, Thursday over on A Punk with Toys, and Friday on Unparalleled Universe, and we'll do our thing there.
Sounds
As
like a
Jason
plan.
said, hope everybody has a good week. That's pretty much it for us today. Happy Sunday, y'all. There's still sun out here, so I'm gonna go hang out with my son, go for a walk. Hope everybody has a great week. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate the chat. See you everybody later.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye. And as I try to end this